How's it going, YouTube? I got a couple of questions from the Kunu Experience, a channel known as the Kunu Experience. He says, have you ever studied other texts without bias? Now, these are all basic questions that I've received before. I'm sure that every Christian on YouTube receives them at some point. But I'm going to answer them honestly. I have not studied other texts to any great degree. Only the Bible. I believe that the Bible is the absolute truth based on certain things, such as, does it align with reality? I believe that the Bible does align with reality. I believe that the Bible makes statements of fact, okay, about reality. I believe that it records history correctly, okay. I believe that the Bible presents a view, gives us a worldview that makes a lot more sense than, say, evolution, for sure. I have taken a comparative religion course in which I had to read a book that took Catholicism, Islam, Hinduism, I think Mormonism was included, and I read up on that book and learned a lot about these religions. Buddhism also. I learned a lot about these religions, Judaism, and it included Christianity as well. And these religions all were compared, and the basics of how they got started, what some of their basic beliefs were, their sacred scriptures, and in every one of them, I found flaws. Okay, just from that book that I read, I could find flaws about the religion that just didn't add up in my mind. Okay, and this book was it was objective. It was not subjective. It was presenting the facts as they were meant to be presented. And I'm glad I took this class, because in this class it just helped me to understand actually quite a bit about the other religions. But as far as reading I've opened up other religious texts. I've opened up the Quran a couple of times and read a few scriptures out of that once or twice, a few times. But I haven't opened it up lately, not in a while, really. And it's real easy for me to dismiss other religions based upon what the Bible has to say. And so, anyways, that's my answer for that. I am being completely honest. I'm a regular person that's getting on YouTube. I'm not particularly an expert on anything. If I were to claim to be an expert on anything, it would be this. This is the only thing that I come closer to being an expert on than anything else. I'm not an expert on Islam. I'm not an expert on Buddhism. I'm not an expert on Judaism. I'm not an expert on any of that. I'm an expert, if I am an expert at all, I would claim expertise in the Bible. That's it. Let's see. Okay, I think I covered everything there. Have you ever studied other texts without bias? Okay. And then he asks the question, what do you think Jesus did during the lost years that are not mentioned in the Bible? Well, those lost years are mentioned in the Bible. It's a very short reference, and it can be found in Luke chapter 2, verse 52. And these lost years can be summed up in this one verse. Okay? And Jesus increased in wisdom and stature, and in favor with God and man. Right there. That's the lost years. Okay? That's all that needed to be said. He wasn't performing miracles at this time. He wasn't working on his ministry, particularly his main 3-year ministry. I'm sure that, but what he was doing is the same thing that the rest of us are doing. He studied, he matured, he became a responsible adult, and the Bible says he never committed a sin. That right there is it. Luke 2:52. That sums up his life from the age of 12 to the age of 30. Okay? He increased in positive volition towards God and respect towards man. That is the answer, what happened to Jesus' life. And if the Bible actually be a book of inerrancy, then that's an answer that should be good enough for anybody who reads it. So anyways, I appreciate your question, Kunu Experience channel, and basically that's all I have for today. I will talk to y'all later. Y'all have a good one. Talk to you later. Bye.